put down there first. Once the incense cloud is there, now he can do the rest of it. And that takes us to the third big event associated with the incense, and that's that whole plague thing. And by now, hopefully, you can see some similarities between the two. According to Numbers, and Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague begun. And so what you get Aaron doing is just that. And behold, the plague was begun among the people, and he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. It's the same sequence that you see back there in Leviticus 16. You put on the incense, you get the atonement there. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Notice the spatiality here. Again, you've got a liminal state, just as you had in the temple, just as you had with the daily incense offering in terms of its temporality. So you've got a spatial liminality. Here he stands on the border between death and living and is able to intercede. The incense offering creates this liminal state. And so what do we see in terms of the qualities of the incense rituals, in terms of liminality? It's offered at dawn and dusk, at a liminal time period. It's associated with prayer, this experience by which you communicate with deity. It creates an atmosphere in which the divine and mortal realms can interact. That's exactly what you see in Leviticus chapter 16 and the whole Day of Atonement material. And then finally, it interposes between death and life in the Numbers experience, suggesting that incense creates a liminal environment by which the individual is transformed and can work with God. Now I've got a couple more minutes, and I'm going to see if I can do this quickly through the last set of these things, the last scent manipulation. Pulled this off of there, just in case any of you were curious. The oil containers that we have and use as priesthood holders for the healing in oil seems to be pretty common through a lot of different groups. This is from Oral Roberts University, and it's the Biblical Anointing Oil. Now I'm bringing this up because when Aaron and his sons are anointed, notice it's not just with oil. It's scented. It's scented oil. If all you were doing was merely anointing the individuals, you wouldn't add the scent. There's more to this ritual going on than just merely anointing. The scent has been included here. And you can see what he does. He pours it out, and it's meant to sanctify him. Moreover, you take part of it and you mix it with blood off the altar, and thereby sanctifying the blood, which can now be put onto Aaron and the priests. Otherwise, and then you've got the table of the shewbread in the temple itself, in the holy place, in which this bread had frankincense put on top of it, so the priests ate it. And by so doing, now they're completely imbued with the scent of these things, of the divine scent. They've been transformed, as you see in the description. And he that is high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, shall not uncover his head, nor rend his clothes. Neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God, for the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. It's the anointing that has changed him. This scented oil has brought about a transformation, and that transformation can be recognized in the manner in which he smells. Two other references, we don't have time, so I can cover that sometimes else. To show you now how this works, I've got two patterns there. Notice the continuum of scent manipulation as done in the temple, beginning with the slaughter, running all the way through to the transformation of the scent into the Holy of Holies. You can see it interacted down there in the bottom one in terms of the actual tabernacle or the temple and the way this went. You move from the outside in towards it, and the smell is changed and transformed in each one of these states. So, I guess I would end by suggesting that the manipulation of scent was a very real way in which ancient Israel recognized movement or progression or transformation towards the divine. It was not merely protection, but was in fact the means by creating an environment by which Israel was able to relate to the divine world in a way that we're just simply not familiar with. Thank you.